Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. In this presentation, I'll walk you through an analysis of historical market data that I built using Tableau. This story combines three key perspectives. First, a price trend and forecast to help us project potential future movements. Second, an animated motion chart that brings market behavior to life by showing how multiple factors interact over time. And third, a quarterly volume chart to help identify periods of unusually high activity, which may signal upcoming price movements or shifts in investors to take note of. The main goal of this Tableau story is simple: to take the raw market data and turn it to a visual, interactive narrative that's easy to understand and act upon. So we're going to go on to the first slide of the story. It's the trend and forecast. Here we can see the historical closing price plotted over time. The solid blue line represents the actual data, and you can see the key points from each quarter and the average close price and the trend going towards the upper end of quarter 3 of 2025. And like I said, the solid blue line represents the actual data, while the line in the shaded area represents a forecast, and the interval of confidence was 95%. This is entirely based on past performance, and it helps us see the potential growth and downturns. And it's important that these are only projections. These don't guarantee future results. So I wouldn't use this chart if you're watching this to make a financial choice to invest in SPY as to expand your portfolio. This is for educational purposes only. You'll notice that there's a recent increase, as you see, going into 2025 quarters, as you see right here. That uptick directly influences our forecast, as you can see, because it's currently going up. Showing recent market behavior does drive projected trends. This view will help decision makers assess whether the market has been and where it's heading. So this gives you a snapshot, like if you were new and you had the data and you were new to investing, you just want to get an overall idea of how it's performing. It helps you weigh your risks moving forward. We're going to move on to slide 3, which is the motion chart that I used, and it's the change versus range. The chart plots a lot of factors at one time. The x-axis represents the percent change from open to close on each day. The y-axis shows the daily trading range, especially on how much the prices fluctuated that particular day. And the bubble size reflects the trading volume. And the color, as you can see on the key on the side, represents blue if it's a down day or orange if it's an up day. So let me restart this chart to the beginning. Obviously, I should have had that better prepared for y'all, but we will go. This is the beginning of 2020 quarter 3, as you see. And when I press play, this chart animates over time, showing how these evolve together. So let's go ahead and play that. And now if you pay attention and if you notice that during patterns of high activity, you can see the bubbles, they grow larger and move higher. And the shift occurs on the colors more frequently. And this indicates the days of higher volatility and larger swings in price. And the plus side of this motion view, it helps us identify patterns that would be kind of hard to see in the static charts, like the sudden spikes in volume or consistent uptrends or downtrends over a series of days. We'll move along to volume patterns. And with this view, as you can see, it's broken down by quarters, similar to the first chart. We have 2020, quarter 3, to quarter 3 of 2025, which we are currently in, no projections of future quarters. By aggregating this daily trading activity into the quarterly totals, we could spot like reoccurring seasonal trends, like if it's doing better statistically in quarter 1 of each year versus quarter 3 of each year. You can identify like unusually high activity, which could signal upcoming price movements, and it can shift your idea if you want to invest in that particular stock symbol or not. And by comparing quarters year over year, it provides context of whether the volume surges are part of a repeating cycle or just a one-time anomaly. And we'll go to the conclusion, in which I bring back all 3 of the charts that explored today, we got the trend forecast view, which gives a clear baseline of where the prices have been and projects where they might go in the near term. The second motion chart adds the layer showing the day-to-day dynamics between percentage of change and the intraday range, with the bubble size representing the level of trading activity. And finally, the previous chart we just seen was the quarterly volume patterns. And that gives us critical context by highlighting the recurring surges in participation, particularly around end of quarters when institutionals are rebalancing and major market events take place. When all three views align, we gain a stronger perspective. For instance, if the forecast projects an uptrend in quarterly volumes and it continues to rise, it suggests growing market strength. On the other hand, if we see quarterly volumes spiking while the motion chart trends are negative, that can serve as a warning sign. High activity, but it's driven by selling pressure. Together, these views allow us to evaluate not just the direction of the market, but also the quality and sustainability of the moves we're seeing. These patterns can help us identify all type of activity. And looking ahead, the next steps maybe include enriching this story with event markers such as earning releases or key economic announcements that could affect the potential stock being researched or investigated. And I would also look to add maybe weekly or monthly data to smooth out some of the noise and the reliability of this forecast. By integrating these tools, I think I'll have a reliable framework that combines context, detail, and prediction to guide the future decisions of potential investors. That's all I have for you, and I appreciate your time reviewing this presentation of the SPDR S&P 500 ETF Trust.